Hey guys, this is our next problem. It is an application of RC. It is an application because you will apply here your knowledge in algebra, particularly the elimination process of equations. Second, you will also apply here your knowledge in differential equations as well as solutions of first order differential equation. Plus your knowledge, I repeat, under networks, laws, and theorem, in particular KCL and KVL and nodal analysis. If the circuit is under steady state at time t is equal to 0, what is the value or what is the equation of V for t greater than 0? If we will interpret once more how is the requirement stated, what is the transient expression of V whenever your t is more than 0? It is a variable actually. More than 0, there is no specific value. So you are expecting here an equation that is entirely in terms of t. Any value of t will do. At time t is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, infinite. Okay? Next is the initial condition here is the circuit is already under steady state before the switch is closed. When you say before the switch is closed, the circuit has already attained its steady state condition. Okay, let us start at t greater than 0. Okay, at t greater than 0, your switch will close. So here is how your transient circuit will look like. Yan. This is your V, that is 1 all over 32 farad. The switch is already closed at t greater than 0. We have here your 40, 9 ohms, 72, 9 ohms. Okay? So how do we obtain the value of V? First is, we apply here your knowledge in networks, laws, and theorems, particularly Kirchhoff's or whatever laws that you wish to apply. First is, let us represent the currents in the different parts of the circuit. So this is your A, or umpisa muna tayo rito. This is your A. We have here your B and your C. So we have 3 unknowns, 4 unknowns, because we also have here the charging current in the capacitor. The charging current in the capacitor can be expressed as a rate of change of the charge or amount of charge across the capacitor terminals. This is the derivative of Q with respect to T. That is actually the basic definition of currents, where we should be applying your equations or your KVL and KCL equations. We will apply here your KVL at loop 1, KVL at loop 2, and KVL at loop 3, plus 1 KCL at node 1. So if we try to apply your KVL at loop 1, okay, we can obtain right away the value of C, which is 40 minus 9C is 0. 9C is equivalent to 40. So C is 40 over 9 is 4.444 amperes. So from 4 unknowns, that was reduced to only 3. Next, let us try to apply your KVL at loop 2. KVL at loop 2, that is negative 72 times B minus 9A is 0. So this is negative 9A minus 72 times B is 0. Okay? So let's have equation number 1. And doing the same at the third loop, KVL at loop 3, that is 9A minus the voltage drop across the capacitor, which is Q all over C, and that is set to 0. So 9A minus 32 times Q is 0. This is equation number 2. And the last is for us to apply your KCL at node 1. Okay? So KCL at node 1, summation of currents entering, that is B, there is only one, is equivalent to A plus IC. Okay? But IC is the derivative of Q with respect to T. B is A plus the derivative of Q with respect to T. This is equation number 3. If you try to take a look, no, in equations 1, 2, and 3, the easiest is for you to substitute equation 3 into equation 1. Okay. Substituting equation 3 to equation 1. Okay. Equation 3, equation 1, negative 9A minus 72 times A plus derivative of Q with respect to T is 0. Okay, let us simplify. Negative 9A minus 72A minus 72 derivative of Q with respect to T is 0. Simplifying, this is negative 81A is positive 72 derivative of Q with respect to T. So A is negative 72 all over 81. What is 72 all over 81? 72, that is 8 over 9 or 0.889, negative 0.889 derivative of Q with respect to T. This is equation number 4. What should we do with equation number 4? We will try to substitute equation number 4 into equation number 2. Substituting equation 4 to equation 2 to obtain 9A, that is negative 0.889 derivative of Q with respect to T minus 32 times Q is 0. Okay? So this is equivalent to, what is 9 times negative 0.889 times 9, that is 8. Negative 8 derivative of Q with respect to T minus 32 times Q is 0, or the equation is derivative of Q with respect to T plus 4Q is 0, which is a first order differential equation wherein the general solution can be stated right away. What is the general solution? Okay, I will erase this now. The general solution for that first order differential equation is Q is equivalent to C1 e raised to negative 40 coulombs. Okay? You just have to pay a visit to some of your lessons in differential equation. Let us determine the value of C1. But before doing that, you need to find what is the initial value of Q specifically from the state where it came from. The state where it came from is steady state prior to the closing of the switch at time t is equal to 0. Okay, dito tayo. So at time t is equal to 0 negative, the circuit is already under steady state. If it is under steady state, your capacitor will be acting like an open circuit because it is already fully charged. Okay, let us try to redraw your figure. Plus, minus. The switch is still open. Yan. Capacitor is open circuit. This is your plus and minus. V at time t is equal to 0 negative. We have here your 40 volts, 9, 72, 9 ohms. Okay? What we need to know is the value of V prior to the opening or closing of the switch. So by voltage divider rule, your V at time t is equal to 0 negative is 40 times 9 divided by 9 plus 9 plus 72. This is equivalent to, okay, 40 times 9 divided by 9 plus 9 plus 72. And that is 4 volts. Okay, 4 volts. Since this is a capacitor voltage, your V at time t is equal to 0 negative is also the same voltage as you have as your V at time t is equal to 0 positive, which is the same as 4 volts. And what is your V across your capacitor? This is the value of Q at time t is equal to 0, either at time t is equal to 0 negative or at time t is equal to 0 positive. 1 all over 32. Okay? So the value of Q, the charge is stored across your capacitor plates at time t is equal to 0 negative, which is the same value of Q at time t is equal to 0 positive, is 4 all over 32. Correct? Or that is 0.125 coulombs. And this is the value of Q that you will need so that you can have your C1. That is, at time t is equal to 0, your Q is 0.125 coulombs. Automatically, your C1 is 0.125. So therefore, Q is 0.125 e raised to negative 40 coulombs. Okay? And since you already have with you the value of Q, you can determine now the voltage across your capacitor as a function of T. Okay? Since your V is equivalent to Q all over the capacitance. Transient equation of Q is 0.125 e raised to negative 40 all over 1 all over 32. So the transient expression of V is 32 times 0.125 is 4. That is 4 e raised to negative 40 volts. This is the transient expression of V. Now, how sure we are that this is indeed the transient expression of V? The first check there is, we should be able to obtain the value of V at time t is equal to 0 by making use of this equation. Initially, if you will try to apply the initial conditions that at time t is equal to 0 out of this, your V is 4 volts. What is the value of V that we obtained a while ago? For the initial value of V, it is the same as 4 volts. Okay? So this is how you will analyze transient circuits like this. In a problem like this, every ingredients of circuit was already incorporated. We have here your networks, laws, and theorems, your mathematics, your differential equations, which is of first order differential equation, plus your algebra. So if you think that you have a problem with your algebra, you have a problem with your differential equation, then try to review your algebra and differential equation. I will no longer discuss the solutions by algebra, the solutions by differential equation. Okay?